learn how to secure an aircraft in its place at a gate following standard safety procedures. You will do this with the use of chocks to be placed under all the aircraft's wheels and cones to be placed at critical areas around the aircraft, where we do not want curious passengers or unauthorized personnel approaching. As you can see, a plane is approaching the gate. Collect a full set of wheel chocks at the indicated area. The aircraft has arrived at the gate, and its engines and all beacon lights are switched off. You may safely approach the aircraft's front set of wheels. Place a set of chocks under the wheels. To do this, approach and point at the front wheels and press the displayed button to place a set of chocks. Great! I think you've got the hang of it. Repeat the same process for the rear left and right wheel sets. Now head over to the indicated set of cones. To raise them, press the displayed button, click the displayed button to rotate them upwards, and use the displayed button to position them. To throw the object, hold down the displayed button. Just like with the chocks, place the cones in their indicated areas. The order in which you do this doesn't matter. Bypass pin needs to be inserted into its slot on the strut of the front wheels. The purpose of this pin is to prevent the cockpit crew from having any steering control of this wheel, as it can pose a danger to the crew on the ground if moved accidentally. It also allows the ground crew to take control of steering of the aircraft by bypassing the aircraft's pressurized hydraulic systems during a pushback procedure. You'll learn more about this in another tutorial. Now approach the front wheel and firmly insert the bypass pin in its slot indicated by the marker. Congratulations! You have just prepared and secured the aircraft for parking and further servicing. Now, we will present you with the same scenario, but in reverse. You'll need to collect all the previously placed safety articles at Airport. The aircraft, each parking, when the aircraft, this is due. If such a situation occurs and the area is not clear, collect the cones and wheel chocks and place them in safe areas outside the parking stand's perimeter. Finally, head back over to the aircraft, remove the bypass pin and leave the area. training on securing an aircraft when parked at a gate. Now, I'll teach you how to operate a ground power unit, which is known as GPU in aviation jargon. You're probably wondering, what exactly does the GPU do? Besides what its name gives away, let me explain that to you. Shortly after landing, the crew start the Auxiliary Power Unit, or APU for short. During this time, the cockpit crew and ground handler. Okay, now you need to use the tug parked in the... There's already an aircraft parked there, which is scheduled to depart soon. This will give us a chance to show you the complete process of connecting and disconnecting the GPU. Before you start, you need to connect the GPU to the tow hook of the tug so that you can transport it. It's quite simple. You need to back up the tug so that the hook is close to coupling with the GPU. Then get out of the tug, approach the rear and follow the action displayed on the screen to couple them together. Great! Just remember that you hook and unhook other trailers in the same way. Hop back in the tug and head over to the aircraft as indicated. Now, detach the GPU from the tug and go to the rear side of it, where you'll need to open the hatch revealing the control panel. Show you the generator startup sequence. You'll operate it using the controls displayed on screen as we go. Toggle the power on button. This will activate the generator battery. Now you'll need to hold down the engine start button for approximately 3 seconds until the engine starts. Now we have to wait 30 seconds until the engine heats up and the oil temperature reaches 80 degrees Celsius. In the meantime, go to the nose of the aircraft and open the hatch where the connector is located. Great. Now on the side of the GPU, there's a slot containing a cable. You need to pick up the cable and plug it into the aircraft's power socket. To pick up the cable, follow the action displayed on screen. Connect the cable to the aircraft's power socket. Perfect. Now go back to the panel and switch the engine setting knob from idle to run. Then press the DC output button to the on position. Now notify the cockpit crew through the communication panel that they can turn off the APU and switch to GPU power. Open this panel using the controls displayed on screen. Navigate to the flight deck option, then APU, and then turn off the APU. Great! Now the aircraft is powered only by the GPU, and the rest of the ground crew and the aircraft crew can continue with their work. Now it's time to teach you how to disconnect an aircraft's ground power prior to departure. Obviously, we can't just unplug the cable and leave the crew without power. When you finish all your other tasks and it's time to disconnect the GPU, you'll need to inform the crew that they can start the APU. We'll teach you how to do that on this aircraft. Head over to the indicated area. Approach the aircraft from the side where the GPU is parked. Your task now is to notify the cockpit crew that they may start the APU. To do this, open the communication panel using the controls displayed on screen. Select Flight Deck, APU, and Start APU. Great, the crew has just started the APU. go to the back of the aircraft, specifically under its tail, and listen to the APU's startup sequence. If you want to, remove your protective headphones using the displayed button. To check the startup progress, open the tablet and select the aircraft you're currently at. In the task table, you'll find information about the startup progress. Now fully operational. Now go to the panel and switch the DC output to off. Then turn the engine switch from run to idle. Finally, unplug the cable connected to the aircraft and place it back into the GPU. Great! Everything went according to plan. Now you need to return the GPU to the designated location at the parking ramp to complete the tutorial. Congratulations! You've just learned how to operate the GPU after arrival and before departure of an aircraft. See you later.